Hey guys, it's Kezin. We're back again. This video is going to be for newer EverQuest players who maybe are just starting out or haven't played for a long time. Wow, Kezin, that's a pretty great story. Please make sure to like the video and please subscribe. Okay, back to you, Kezin. The first thing I want to go over is just what you do upon launch. If you have like a brand new install, sometimes people can get lost in all the settings and things like that. So what I have here is I have pulled up the EverQuest directory. I deleted my EQ client file, or I backed it up anyway, so hopefully against my better judgment I don't lose all my shit. But what we have here is you actually start with two icons in your main EverQuest folder. You're going to see this EQ game, and also you're going to see the launch pad. The first time you play, you're going to want to use the launch pad, but after that you can use the EQ game file, and this will actually bypass the launcher, so if you don't need to patch, you can use this EQ game icon here. So what you want to do is we're going to put both of these on our desktop. So let's do this, send this to the desktop, put the launch pad on our desktop. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to right click the launch pad, and you can go to run as admin, or you can just double click it if you want as well. When you do finally get to the login screen, you're going to want to go to advanced tools right here, and then you click on game configuration, and this is going to bring up some settings to go through. And if you go through all of here, you can see here it automatically selects all of the newer Luslin or Lucklin models. I don't like those, so I take them all off. So if you want to put them on or off, that's up to you. And then you can go through here, change your resolution. This is the max resolution that it's going to show you here, but you can actually expand it in game once you get in game. And you just click all these. None of these options nowadays are really relevant, but sound is a big one. You can turn sound on or off. And then once you do that, you just hit finish. And then after that, you log into the game. So before you log in, there's one more thing to do. This EQ game icon we made earlier, via shortcut, right-click the shortcut and go to Properties. And you're going to see here this target dialog box. Go all the way to the right, and by default, it's going to end at this quotation right here. After that quotation, put a space, and then put the words "patch me," all one word, then another space, and then -W. Right after that, and then hit apply and hit OK. What this will do is the patch me will bypass the patcher, so you don't actually have to run the launch pad unless there's an actual game patch. And the /W will open it up in windowed mode. Now I can tell you the first time that you run this, it may not open up in windowed mode, so you're going to have to go in and fix that in game, which I'll show you how to do if it doesn't work for you. EverQuest is really old and finicky, so if you start to have some crashing problems, that's to be expected to some extent, but if it continues to happen to you, try to repeat the steps in this video, and if you still can't fix it, you may need to do some research maybe on the forums, or just Google up some stuff and see if you can figure something out. You may have like a video driver issue, or possibly you might have like a port being blocked in your router, but just try to do general troubleshooting if you can't get EverQuest to load the first time. Just remember the game is old and it is very finicky. Okay, so we're finally back in the game. It's in a really small resolution, but we are in windowed mode. So we're going to go back to the options menu. We're going to go to display again. We're going to click on video modes. You're going to want to select the video mode that is applicable to you. So for me, I'm running at 2K resolution. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to hit accept. Alright, so now my screen is just as big as my monitor. So we have this set up. So the first command you want to run when you're actually in game and you finally have your windows working is the camera angle. You can hit F9 and it'll give you 5 camera angles to choose from. Just pick the one that works best for you. So we're going to open up the option menu again with Alt-O. And I'm going to go to mouse sensitivity. My mouse sensitivity is really low, so I'm going to put mine at around 50%. That's kind of the sweet spot for me. So what you're going to notice here is you're going to have your user interface is going to be all over the place. You can drag all these around, and you can actually right-click, go to Window, and lock. You can lock these wherever you want. So what you're going to notice when you first log in is a lot of your UI is going to be faded out like this, and if you like that, that's fine. But you can adjust this. So what you want to do is you want to hit Alt-O to open up the options menu. You want to go to the display tab right here. And you can change that down here at the bottom. So what I like to do is put these two all the way at 100% here. and put these all the way to the right. So this one makes everything opaque, so I don't have any transparency to it. Just do whatever. You can just mess around with these and see what works for you. The fade delay seconds, like after a certain number of seconds, if you're not hovered over it, it will actually like fade back to the fade to transparency mark. So you'll notice, there you go. You just see it faded. So now if I put my mouse over it, it goes to opaque again, which is this setting. And then if I move my mouse off of it, after 2 seconds, it's going to fade to whatever this setting is at. So if I move my mouse over here, 1,1000, 2,1000, and you can see it fades again. I don't like that. I like to put mine all the way up, and I just put this all the way to the left, and that's it. There's going to be some other settings in the options menu that you want to mess with. So I'm over here on your boy Puddin' Face, and a couple of things that go through over here in the general tab is tell windows. I like to turn these off. If you have it on, it's going to pop up a new window for each person that sends you a tell, so I turn these off. I turn auto duck off, I turn auto stand off, and also you want to turn all 3 of these on auto consent, so that way if you die, anybody near you can drag your corpse. You'll probably also want to turn off target click shows help. This will give you a bunch of annoying dialogue and pop-ups when you click on different things. And auto turn on AFK and auto turn off AFK. This will put AFK tags on and off automatically based on if you're idle or not. I turn these off because I don't like to have AFK tags up unless I do it myself. Just go through all of these and pick what options that you like. So you can go over to the display window here, and you can mess with all of these settings as well. Most of these are pretty much okay by default. The keys, you can rebind all your keys right here to whatever you want. So if it's like an interface button, you can change it to whatever hotkeys you like in here. So in the chat tab, you can change the color of all the different text that you see in all of your chat windows. You can change, so you click on this and you click change color down here, that'll change the color of it. Some of them are toggleable, so like auctions, you can just turn auctions, put that on a hide so you don't see it. Bard songs, things like that. One thing to note is this bad word filter here. This hides all bad words by default, so if you want to see all the bad words, you can turn them on if you're a naughty boy, or if it just annoys you when it's filtering all of those out. So we'll go over some basic commands. You'll notice like the chat font size here, it's not very big, so you can type in chat font size, and you can do like 1 through 5. So there's size 1, and here's size 5. I don't think it goes big. Oh, here's a 6. Oh, 7. Okay, they got some new ones here that I wasn't aware. So you can just mess around with all these and just use whichever one you like. Let's see, it's got 11. Okay, so it goes from 1 to 10. If you go back into the options menu and you go to display, if you mess around with these particle effects, you can turn like particle effects on and off. So let me see, I'll cast the spell here. Can we see this? Yeah, so here's a spell effect. You can see it lands on me. And you can do like spell effects for how far you see them away, the density of them. If you just want to see your spells, you can do your spells. I like to do that. You can lower the transparency of them. So you see here, I don't see it as much. And then if I put it all the way up, no, I'm out of mana. I'm only level 1. All right, so then we'll cast it again. And you can see it's a little lit. There you go. You can see it a lot better now. For the environmental spells, you can mess around with that. And also there's player spells from other players. You can turn those on and off. So you just mess around with those and figure out what works for you. And there's actually a type command too. You can do show spell effects, and it's on or off. Let's see if it gives me a message here. Yeah, so you can see now that it's on, and you can turn it off as well. So if you don't want to see anything, you just type that, and it'll override everything and turn all the spell effects off. Another thing too is there's actually chat tabs in here, so you can go to like Windows, new chat window, and you can put these together as tabs. So say for example, that's just to make a whole new window, and you'll notice it's transparent again. So every time that you make a new window, you're gonna have to go in here and mess with this to get it back if you want to make it opaque again. And you can do like a new tab. So if you right click this and you go to new tab, you'll see you can actually make tabs in here, and then you can right click the actual tab and assign different filters to whatever you want to go to each tab. I don't like using tabs. I find I like to see everything at once. But this might be good if you're trying to just want to see something and you have it filtered out. Like maybe you want to put, you can go filters and you can go to tell. So now all the tells will go to this chat tab right here. And maybe over here you can put in group, and you can put group over here in this tab. Two other buttons that might be important to you are these two right here. This DB button is the Daybreak store. You can go in here and just buy whatever you want. They got all kinds of crap, experience potions, transmogs, just a bunch of stuff to waste money on. This other button here is the EQ button, and this has all kinds of stuff in it. One of the things I like to use in here is this blocked buffs option here. You can go in here and just like block buffs from your character. So for example, if I click this courage spell, you'll see it pop up here. You can either type courage in right here and it'll block it, or you can right click this icon and go add this to list of blocked spells. And you'll see it pops up right here in the window. And if you want to get rid of that, you just click this and then it'll remove it from your blocked buff list. You can actually block things too, like healing. So if I type in, I have a minor healing spell. Let me sit down so that way when I do this, I'll have some mana. So I type in minor healing, and you see you just add it, and it adds it here. And when I go ahead and heal myself, it actually doesn't do anything. You don't even see the spell animation go off because I have it blocked. So a couple other commands you're probably going to want to know is how do you get to the bazaar? You can type in /BAZ short, which is short for bazaar. That'll bring up the bazaar window. Another important command is assist /assist off. This will turn off auto attack when you assist. By default, anytime you assist, it's just turn auto attack on, which is really bad for like breaking mezzes and things like that. So you want to have that off by default. I don't know why they don't have that off by default. It should be. So I think that's pretty good for one video here. I don't want to make it too long. If this was helpful, please make sure to like the video and please subscribe. All right, thanks guys.